Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in. It's Jay, and welcome in to Retro Time. Um, yeah, so I guess I did a good opening that time. I don't know. I mean, it got messed up slightly. It would have been a really good opening if I could have got it right. But I can't wait to get my new hat. I got a new hat coming. It's like this, but it has a visor on it. It's gonna look a lot nicer than this one. I don't mind this one, but I get tired of wearing a loose beanie all the time because they don't fit as good as the other hat I'm about to get in. So plus I'm due for a haircut soon. I'm probably gonna get a haircut here in the near future. Unfortunately, there's just I got too much hair, as you can tell. Like my hair is like extremely crazy. Man. Anyway, I got some really crazy hair. It's like this now because it's flat from wearing a beanie for like 2 days straight, 2 or 3 days straight, and not really taking the beanie off until bedtime. So, all right, there we go. That's better. I hate having all this long hair though. Alrighty, so all right, let's get into gaming news. All right, so GameSpot put up the upcoming 2024 upcoming games release schedule. 2024 upcoming games release schedule. Damn it. 2024, much like the year before, looks like it's going to be packed with a huge variety of games, both from established franchises like Destiny and Final Fantasy, alongside brand new games from developers of all sizes. The year hasn't even begun yet, but we are already getting a sense of how packed it's going to be, and there are several dates we're circling on our calendar when we might get sick with illness. All right, keeping track of the games releasing 2024 and your own impossible practice me a lot. Hold on, good riddance. All right, so okay, keeping track of game releasing in 2024 on your own is impossible, but that's where GameSpot comes in below. We've broken down the games releasing in 2024, including those with official dates and those only giving vague 2024 window. Over all time, we'll continue adding to the list and will adjust as necessary. For any games that are already or have forbidden are canceled. Come on. Haven't forbidden or canceled. Sorry, I read that wrong. I thought about it. I was like, okay. So here's a list of all the games that are coming out. There's starting in January. We have a huge list already. I wonder when since they only know all the way up to April, and that's it right now. So the list is bound to change. But it's crazy how see all these games right here. That list is way bigger because throughout the year there's like so many games that come out that we don't even know about. So, but there's a list of games here already that they're talking about that have to be announced yet. And then there's games right here. Oop, too fast. There's a bunch of games right here that are coming out. I didn't even know this one was coming out. So January so far, February, March, and April. That's all they know of so far. So, I'm drinking energy drink I got from the dollar store. Well, an 89-cent energy drink I got shopping yesterday. That thing's actually pretty good for what it is. It's called Gridlock, if you're curious, and it's actually not that bad. It's by energy. It's by Summit. It's called Gridlock, and it's pretty good. It reminds me a lot of Monster. It does the exact same. It pretty much does exactly what it needs to. All right, let's see what Xbox added today. Xbox Game Pass adds new game today. The latest title to join Xbox Game Pass lineup is FF Manager 23 across PC, cloud, and console. It follows the recent addition of Like a Dragon Ishin to Xbox Game Pass and precedes the next title, which is Cities Skyline on PC Game Pass. F1 Manager 2023 is a sports management game where you must make every choice for their chosen F1 team, including in the headquarters, in a garage, and in a pit lane, and at the podium. It is also the official racing game of the Formula 1, Formula 2, and Formula 3 championship, although not a day one Xbox Game Pass game. Fans were waiting to pick it up. Didn't have to wait long, as it originally released on October 31st, meaning it has not been a full 2 months between its initial release and Game Pass debut. F1 Manager 2023 is everything it sells itself, and any fan of the franchise knows what to expect when diving in. The highlight of the title is its new race replay mode, allowing players to recreate certain events from the season, and it features all 3 tracks from the season 2. Of course, David Croft, Karun, Chanudhak also returned to narrative F1 manager as well, to 2023 as well. So I guess these are release dates on like DLC, everything like that. So just look forward to that if you play this. I don't know. I don't really follow this. This is new to me, so it's a pretty stacked month for Xbox Game Pass, which on top of all the new games. So okay, so these are new games. I thought this was directed to the games that are the game that is we're talking about, the F1. It's pretty stacked month for Xbox Game Pass, which on top of all of the new game releases in October and November, ensure gamers have no shortage of anything to check out. 3 games are hitting the Game Pass service on October 26th: Dead Space, which is fitting for the season, and a couple of indie darling, Frog Detective and Mineko Night's Market. Meanwhile, Halloween itself features 2 games to end the month on Headbangers Rhythm Royale and Just Sant show off all the variety offered between now and then and speak to the strengths of Xbox Game Pass. Xbox Game Pass subscribers get a handful of games every month. All right. I take a garbage pail out here. Yeah, surprisingly, I'm not a complete mess in my space here, but my sink is looking a little different. Yeah, I got dishes sitting in there that need to be taken care of, and I just don't like doing dishes all the time. All right, PS5 Slim release date and bundle leak online. So, all right, the release date for the slimmer PlayStation 5 models has leaked online, as it looks like they will launch on November 10th, 2023 in the US. The PlayStation officially launched in November 2020, and Sony has released a number of PS5 bundles that come with a bonus game. After months of rumors, Sony recently confirmed that it will release revised PS5 models in November 2023. This version of the console will be smaller, lighter, and the original model than the original model, and it will offer an increased storage of 1 terabyte. While Sony will release a digital and disc version of the new PS5 console, it will feature a detachable disc drive, allowing users to add or replace the driver in the future. Now, the exact release date of the slimmer PS5 model has leaked online, and fans will also be able to purchase a special bundle that comes with Marvel's Spider-Man 2. According to a reliable leaker, Bilbo Cohn, Sony will release the new PS5 Slim model on November 10th, 2023 in the US, and it looks like the console will launch in Japan on the same date. Damn it. Man. On the same date. Both the standard and digital version of the system will be available, with their prices set at 499 USD and 449 USD respectively. Additional, Bilbo Cohn has confirmed that Sony will release the PS5 Slim bundle that comes with Marvel Spider-Man 2 on November 8th. This will feature. They should have reread that before they sent that out. They just, whoever writes these articles, sometimes they make a mistake, and then they have a word where it shouldn't be, like what I'm reading right here. This is supposed to say, this bundle, not this will, bundle will. This bundle will feature the standard PS5 system, and it will be priced at $559.99 USD according to leaks. Bilbo Cohn has an excellent track record, as they have correctly leaked information in the past. This includes leaks regarding the latest game coming to the various tries of PlayStation Plus, as well as news on special console bundles like the one for EA Sports FC 24. And that being said, users should take every rumor or leak with a grain of salt and wait for the official announcement from Sony on the availability of the new PS5 models. Marvel's Spider-Man 2 has a core score of 90 on Metacritic, making it one of the highest rated titles released by Insomniac. As Marvel's Spider-Man 2 is one of the biggest first-party games, it makes sense for Sony to release a hardware bundle that comes with the game. This bundle will probably release in other regions as well, but fans will have to wait for Sony to confirm the launch plan for the new Slim system. I just want to say something about this, but I wonder how often he actually is right. Not him, but like I want to talk about the situation of this whole like what is it I'm trying to say? Did I forget? Oh, okay, it's about Spider-Man and how PlayStation keeps they own the rights to the Spider-Man game. Yes, of course. But let me point this out and let me say this. Sony, in reality, Sony doesn't own Spider-Man. All right, Sony doesn't own Spider-Man. Spider-Man is owned by Marvel. All right. Now, when you look at it and when you look at everything, Marvel is owned by Disney. Okay. So why is Sony still capable of making these Spider-Man movies and owning video games? That's something I can't understand. Unless Disney was simply like, okay, you can still own the rights to Spider-Man, we'll keep the rest of Marvel going, and you can have Spider-Man on your own. That's why I find everything weird about this. Like, Sony, yes, they own the Spider-Man game title, but if Disney really wanted to, they could take it from Sony and be like, you can't have that anymore. Like, that's something that, and even so, Sony doesn't own Spider-Man at all whatsoever. Marvel owns Spider-Man because Marvel was written by Spider-Man, of course, but it's now become some sort of really weird Sony property that when you break it down and go into the deep backstory of it, it doesn't make sense to me. It doesn't, because Sony's not releasing comic books, and yet Sony still has the rights to Spider-Man. I wonder how long that deal's going on for. Alright. Alright. Netflix games streaming beta rolling out in the US. Netflix is finally bringing its game streaming beta to the US after August 2023 rollout of the service in Canada and the UK. The movie and television streaming company has been trying to break into the gaming for several years now, though it has yet to claim success by most Metacritics. Many people seem to have forgotten that the company even has more than a movie and a TV show, though Netflix offers some pretty addicting adventure games that are worth subscribers checking out. Most of the titles offered by Netflix are available on other platforms, and perhaps that's why the service is often overlooked. The fact that they are currently only on mobile might be another turn-off for some. However, the appeal is that playing games via Netflix is included in the subscription price. There are no additional fees in app purchases or ads, and the platform is slowly beginning to attract industry veterans like Joe Staten, a former 343 industry creative lead for Halo Infinite who is now working on a AAA game for Netflix. Netflix is also planning to branch out from the mobile to TV and PCs, which is the purpose of the current game streaming beta. For now, only 2 games are included in the ongoing Test Night School Studio, Oxenfree, and Mohi Mining Adventure, a gem mining arcade, on October 16th. The beta test began to roll out in the United States, though it's unclear just who is eligible to participate or how they are selected. The beta tests is intended to gauge Netflix game streaming technology on various devices, including Amazon Fire, Chromecast by Google, LG and Samsung TV, Roku's, Nvidia Shield, and Walmart On, and the company's plans to add more in the future. Netflix has already released a control app for Android and iPhone to play on a range of devices. Games on a range of devices, though for many gamers, playing via a phone app will not be appealing. So hopefully, if the program proves successful, an actual controller will eventually be in the works as well. Video games are becoming increasingly mainstream, particularly with the growth of a mobile as a high visible, highly lucrative platform, and adapting games into movies or shows is proving to be more successful than ever. Netflix has witnessed this firsthand with its Witcher TV series and Cyberpunk Edgerunner anime based on CD Projekt Red's award-winning RPG, and so making both types of media available through a single service makes sense. Though it was less well received, the company also ventured into the world of Resident Evil with its 2022 show, and Netflix is also working on Horizon Zero Dawn television adaptation. PlayStation keeps giving out their products to these companies that want to make them into TV shows, okay? Why do they keep doing this? I don't get it. All right. All right. This I'm scrolling down, and it's at the point now where I've glanced at 7 different stories so far, which feel like 7, but more like 5, I believe. And they're all stories about how somebody created a baby that fans designed this, and it's like, where are all your important stories here? There's movies. That one there I could care less about. They just need to stop doing this. There's nothing here. This is like the 10th story. I'm almost convinced. All right. So let's click at this. Click on this. Sorry, click at this. All right. So I saw this yesterday, and I was like, okay, well maybe they pulled it. And, a lot of people were like, well, maybe they pulled it down because of the Switch 2 in the near future. But I don't know if I don't know if that would be it. Why would you pull your commercial down from your original release if I don't know. If I don't know. I just feel like this is weird for them to even do this. And who knows? What if YouTube pulled it down for a reason? I don't know. Nobody actually knows the answer to it, so alright. Nintendo Switch reveal video pulled from YouTube. In surprising and odd news, Nintendo appears to have set the original Nintendo Switch announcement video on YouTube to private. Wonder why they did that. Nintendo appears to have taken down its memorable Nintendo Switch reveal trailer, setting it to private on its official YouTube account. It's been 7 years since Nintendo first revealed the Nintendo Switch, but fans will likely remember the odd and often memed video. It features a young woman playing Super Mario Odyssey in her apartment and then undocking it and taking it to a nearby rooftop party to play with friends. It's unclear why the Nintendo Switch reveal trailer has been set to private at this time. While the Nintendo Switch was by no means a secret when it was first revealed, it's worth acknowledging that there were significant worries about the platform. This was during the era of the Wii U, when Nintendo's reputation was at its lowest. Fans were worried that the Nintendo Switch might be another Wii U table setup. When Nintendo revealed the Switch with odd live action trailer featuring young adults at the rooftop party. It was bizarre to say the least, but it did capture fans' attentions. Starting Wednesday morning, Nintendo fans who visited the URL of the original Nintendo Switch reveal video were met with a message reading, video unavailable, this video is private. Embeds of the video in the article from 2016 when it was published shows an identical message. It's no longer available publicly, at least through the official Nintendo, at least through an official Nintendo source. No official reason for the video's removal has been confirmed by Nintendo at this time. These types of video removals do happen from time to time. However, they're usually believed to be done due to right issues, as license for music, trademark, or other rights expire. The Nintendo Switch reveal trailer does not feature a licensed song, a named Ha 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 Yeah by the band White Denim. It's possible Nintendo's license to that song expired, necessitating the removal of the YouTube video. That could be, I mean, it just sucks to see that the original, like, I'm sure this happens. Like, it's like, people don't try it, but YouTube is very, very strict on having this music rights thing. And if you don't, you have to either sometimes connect it to the music, or it's just very weird how YouTube works. YouTube has technically, this is just my opinion about what YouTube does, and I'm like trying to grow on here, and it's like, it's a mess right now. But YouTube has created this thing for itself where it's way too strict for people, and it tends to be problematic for big companies like Nintendo or people like that. So it just, when it comes down to it, they really need, YouTube really should consider how strict they are on something, because they're strict on some things with some people, but there are people on YouTube that get away with a lot more than they should. And YouTube should never become somebody's job. No matter how good of money you're making here, this should never be considered as a job, in my opinion. And that's why I still go to work. Because one, I'm not making money off here. Two, if you're actually making money off here, and you're doing good at making money off here, congratulations, but this still shouldn't be considered as a job. You writing this, alright, let me say something here. Let me break this down for you in a way so you understand. Actually, let me finish reading this, and then we'll go into what I am about to say. So, there are plenty of other theories floating around the internet about why Nintendo Switch reveal trailer was removed. Some fans think it might be an indication of a looming announcement for the next Nintendo console. Others claim Nintendo removes trailers when it wants fans to focus on something new. This speculation is likely all incorrect, but unsurprising given how excitable Nintendo fans can be. Regardless of the reason why the video was removed, it does trigger some nostalgia. It's been 7 years since the Nintendo Switch was revealed. The console has since proven itself to be uniquely special with a lineup of outstanding games. Rumors have also indicated that Nintendo could start its next generation of its console in 2024. The reveal trailer disappearing as the Switch may be reached at the end of its lifespan could be oddly symbolic. The rooftop party could be ending soon. That's a long rooftop party. So, all right, going back to what I'm saying about the whole like music and getting away with stuff on YouTube. All right, so the people on YouTube that do make a living off of YouTube, they should stop considering it as a job. All right, and it's just, it turns people into monsters when they become like this big gigantic YouTube star. It turns them into monsters. All right, it turns them into people who forget where they came from. You know, whether you're an actor, whether you're not, whether you're already a face on the internet, it don't matter. You always have to remember that you came from a background that was less than this at one point. There's YouTubers that I watch that talk about where they came from and how they still understand that they are a person, but they know that they have a lot more going on for themselves. You can't forget ever where the hell you came from. If you do, and you feel like YouTube's a job, I hate to break it to you, but writing that on an application after something happens to your YouTube channel or something like that is a really bad, it's not going to look good. No matter how much you want it to. You have to remember, you are a human being like everybody else on the internet. So remember to treat people coming up into the YouTube sphere as such, because you were once in their position and you can't act like you're better than them. To sit there and pretend you're better than somebody because your YouTube channel is doing so great and is bigger than the person that's coming up. You have to remember, you always have to remember, you started off in the same position as I was. So do not sit there and act like you were never in this point in your life, okay? I go to work. I go to work. I don't drive. My thing is there are a lot of people out there who don't understand that about me, is that I don't make a living off of this. I make my living by going to my job. And even then, people do not understand that when I go to my job and make my living, I'm still not making I'm making money, but I'm not making as much as I want sometimes. And, for anybody to sit on this platform and act like they have control over everything, guess what? There's a bigger guy paying you and putting money in your pocket. And if he wants to fire you, or they want to fire you, just because you've been on this platform for a long time, you have to remember that, hey, you can't get mad at these little people trying to come up too. It's disrespectful to even consider pushing a person off of the platform because you're mad that things aren't going your way by them. And trust me, I've seen people already try to get at me and tell me how to handle things, how things are done. And I don't listen to it because I'm not a part of it. That's just like the whole incident with Sniper Wolf and what's his name. I had somebody go out of their way last night, message me something stating that I should feel a certain way because Sniper Wolf doxed this person. I honestly, and reading it, when you sit there and read it much deeper, you sit there and learn what the whole thing is about. It's about a subscriber count. You look at the whole letter, break it down, you can see that the subscriber count comes up twice within the letter, which means there's jealousy behind the subscriber count. It has to stop. We're warring too much on this platform, and nobody's like people like me. We get so far, and then we get knocked down because everybody wants to war on this platform. Nobody wants to have nobody wants to have fun on this platform anymore. Everybody that's on YouTube right now is like they make the problem into they make this huge issue into where they're all challenging each other. And it kind of sucks to watch that. Specifically because YouTube is just, we're all supposed to be here doing our own thing, but everybody's challenging each other. And I don't even know where this even came from. And it's kind of weird and bizarre that everybody just feels challenged by each other. We got this all like, my stuff is better than yours, and you're not working on stuff. But yet, when I break it down and look at it, I can show you exactly what everybody's doing and why everybody's bitching and how long it actually takes. Because it doesn't take that long for anybody to actually make a YouTube video. Because you're not paying for some high-end quality Hollywood equipment. And if you are, it's because you're putting extra special effects in. And I can show you how to do the zoom right now. I could show you how to put numbers on the screen flashing on the screen. I could show you how to do all that, but I'm not going to because this is not that stream. But breaking it down at the end of the day, people are too quick to report somebody on something that they don't leave people on the platform because they got this ego and mentality about themselves as, this is my platform. Ooh. That's the way everybody acts here. That's the way people act. We got some guys, he no good, he bad guy. And then everybody runs after that guy. Everybody literally runs after that guy because they believe he's the bad guy. Because one of them said that's in this giant tribe of people going, he's the bad guy. Chest thumping and all that, pretending they're better. When in reality, the truth is, they're a human being, just like me. All right, so I'm clarifying this from here on out. I do not take part in any internet drama at all. If it's involving somebody, I don't care. And if I see somebody getting heckled massively, and I stand back and I look at everything, guess what? I'm gonna go to the person going through everything that I see going through everything, and it looks like they didn't do anything because I can sit there and read between the lines sometimes. That I'm gonna go to them and remind them not to listen to the people berating this person. It's seriously sick to see like somebody like Sniper Wolf in a situation so bad that it just saddens me to see that like a person like her going through all of it and she's just minding her own business. Like literally, from what I notice about Sniper Wolf is she's very much like me, where she'll sit there, make her content, and you have idiots and everybody else stepping into your chat, taunting you, bullying you, making you feel a certain way about yourself, and it's all the chest pumpers going, he's the bad guy, she's the bad guy. Like y'all sound like y'all remind me of a bunch of like cavemen in a clique, not knowing what's actually going on out in the world. That's how this ends up being every single time. So let's get on with the rest of everything else here. I'm glad that needed to be brought up because at the end of the day, we're all here to do the same thing, and that is have a really great YouTube channel. And if you can't sit there and understand that, and you're so content with going after somebody, you deserve kicked off the platform for going after everybody. And that's just the cold hard reality of it. Going after somebody on a platform should literally be a termination to your profile. All right. No. Alright. Some gamers are getting Super Mario Bros. Wonder early. While most will have to wait until October 20th, Super Mario Bros. Wonder, at least one lucky fan, already managed to get their hands on a highly anticipated game after a year's release of re-releases and remasters. After years of re-releases and remasters, Super Mario Bros. Wonder is the series' first new side-scrolling platformer for consoles in over a decade. Needless to say, fans are excited about the return of the iconic plumber's return to the classic formula, while still the newest entry appears to be a throwback of sorts. Super Mario Bros. Wonder also looks to be a game from many firsts. The introduced power-up like Elephant Mario, for example, promises the next day entry will be the most endearingly bizarre game in the series to date. On top of that, positive review are also getting fans even more anxious to play this new adventure. Luckily, gamers don't have to wait much longer, but some don't have to. Some don't have to wait at all. Users like Cot1 shared a photo of their new copy of Super Mario Bros. Wonder that they managed to score a couple days early. According to the gamer, they found a copy sitting in a shop in Greece. The undisclosed store just so happened to receive copies of the game that very day. This isn't entirely a new phenomenon either, as some lucky gamers received Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom early before the game's launch in May. Again, the majority of fans won't have to wait to play the game. The release won't have to wait long to play the game. The release time for Super Mario Bros. Wonder is stated at 9 o'clock p.m. Thursday through October 19th for the purchasing the game digitally. Still, getting a highly anticipated game like this even a day early is certainly cause for excitement. It's not just certain stores that are selling the game early either. Super Mario Bros. Wonder leaked online early this week. The gamers are already speedrunning it. Unfortunately, this also means that the spoilers are being shared on social media, so fans looking to go into the game with as little prior knowledge as possible should be wary when scrolling through their feeds. The launch week for Super Mario Bros. Wonder is a busy one, to say the least. Sonic Superstars, another side-scrolling platform, just released on multiple platforms, and PlayStation latest PS5 exclusive Spider-Man 2 arrives the same day as Super Mario Bros. Wonder. Notably, all three games are receiving positive reviews, so it appears as though it is a good time to be a gamer regardless. Yeah, Sonic Superstars and Mario are like pretty much rival against each other right now in video game releases. Let's see. All right. Head of Xbox Phil Spencer wants to revisit old franchises. I still remember people making a big thing about this. Sure, Microsoft has plenty of old gamer franchises in the wheelhouse, and Xbox head Phil Spencer is interested in reviving some of them in the future. Xbox collection of blockbuster video game IPs recently grew thanks to Microsoft's massive buyout, Activision Blizzard, which was finally closed earlier this month after going through global regulatory channels for almost 2 years. Even before this potential industry-altering merger, Xbox has been home to noteworthy studios like Rare and Bethesda, the latter of which recently launched its first new franchise in 25 years with the sci-fi RPG hit Starfield. While Bethesda and other Xbox-owned developers are looking to be the future, Phil Spencer has hinted that this company might be looking to bring back a few old favorites from the past. During this summer, Xbox Game Pass showcased the head of Xbox was seen wearing a t-shirt with the logo of Raven Software Gothic, first-person shooter Hexen, and was frequently teased possibly of making a new entry in the series. This is just one of the older properties that Microsoft now owns the rights to, as Phil Spencer recently reiterated his desire to see Xbox stakes through the vault of over the next few years. During his appearance on the official Xbox podcast, Phil Spencer discussed the recently finalized Activision Blizzard buyout, as well as the company approach to figuring out which franchise to revive. He says the Xbox isn't pressuring the developers into making titles that they aren't interested in, but he often asks them what old IP they would like to bring back. I feel we have a great custodian for the content that we touch, Spencer added. There are memories for people on different platforms, different decades, and I want to make sure that when we're going back to visiting something, that we do it with our complete ability. Spencer also brought up Xbox Game Pass as possible outlet for older franchise revivals. That might not warrant any intensive AAA reboot. He also stated that it would be some time before Activision Blizzard titles start appearing on Xbox Game Pass due to Xbox not knowing if the buyout would be authorized until it was finally completed. This would theoretically include past Activision Blizzard hits like Guitar Hero and Tony Hawk series, both of which haven't seen new entries in years. This might change now that Microsoft owns Activision Blizzard and Phil Spencer is fully on board for reviving classic titles like Hexen, Spyro, and Dragon under the Xbox umbrella. Of course, this would depend on Spencer finding developers passionate enough about these old franchises to give them the comeback that fans have been hoping for. Whether that comes as a full-blown A sequel or a smaller Game Pass exclusive. All right. Phil Spencer talks importance of mobile for Xbox's future. All right. I think I'm going to be able to read two more here. Xbox could become irrelevant if it does not succeed in the mobile space. Head of Xbox Phil Spencer believes that Microsoft owns Activision Blizzard franchises such as Call of Duty and Diablo, both of which have successful mobile games. A move towards this market seems natural, and it's aligned with the company's vision. Microsoft has recently finished the acquisition of Activision Blizzard for $68.7 billion after battling regulators for over a year. The biggest acquisition ever made in gaming industry, and it seems that'll play an important part in Xbox move towards mobile. Phil Spencer has recently talked about the acquisition of Activision Blizzard King means for the company on the Xbox podcast. According to Spencer, if you're going to continue to be relevant in Xbox in gaming at a global scale, you're going to have to find a way to be relevant on the largest platform, which is mobile. Spencer claimed to be looking forward to learning how to operate in this new segment and explained that gamers will not need to be worried that this means the company will forget consoles. He affirmed that Microsoft has the ability to operate in different business sectors at the same time, and that decision to enter this new one does not mean all franchises will become mobile for FP2 games. F2P games. It's no secret that Microsoft's always wanted to establish a stronger presence in the mobile space, and having games such as Candy Crush, Diablo Immortal, and Call of Duty Mobile is a pretty big step forward. Last year, Microsoft announced that it would create its own mobile gaming store, for instance, which means that it's already planning to develop its own game, which will be offered alongside the one that it's gaming from the acquisition. Fortunately, Xbox gamers who are not interested in mobile still have a lot to gain from the acquisition. A few days ago, Phil Spencer talked more about the games that will reach Xbox Game Pass and how long fans will have to wait for them. According to him, most Activision Blizzard games take some time to hit Game Pass, but they are coming. The main reason why they're taking this time is because the company was not 100% positive about the acquisition until it went through. Now, however, games can expect at least some part of the company's catalog to hit Game Pass in 2024. It's unclear, though, whether they will all be added at the same time or not. So, one more, and then I'll talk about some things, and then I'll get out of here, because I got some things I gotta do. So, alright, so that's awesome. Alright, anybody sitting there? Alright, so I read statistically last night that Baldur's Gate 3 did not sell at all very well on the PlayStation. In fact, there was a whole list. I reposted it because Baldur's Gate 3... Let me see if I can find that and show you guys exactly what I mean before I get too deep into this story. Alright, so I'm going to look for it, and I'm going to show you guys exactly what I mean. Somebody actually looked at this list and put it, and it was like, well, Baldur's Gate 3 didn't... It looks like Baldur's Gate 3 didn't sell very well. I forget. It just... There was a whole list of it showing that Baldur's Gate... Okay, so right here... Alright, so I got it. So let me pull you guys back up, or put you guys back to the full screen. Alright, so... This is an example of why the internet is full of lies. I was like, so nobody bought Baldur's Gate? And this guy was like, the way the ponies were capping for Baldur's Gate 3 would have you believe they actually purchased the game. But down here, in between the dates of 1/23, 1/1/23, and 9/30/2023, which was a couple weeks ago, or yeah, about 2 weeks ago, nobody bought Baldur's Gate 3 on the PlayStation platform. And that's why, when it comes down to it, a lot of people lie on the internet, ladies and gentlemen. This is unfortunate right here that we're continuing. If this list is real, I would like to know where this. All right, digital sales not included. Xbox and Switch digital sales not included. Included physical and full game digital from Nintendo eShop PlayStation, Steam. Okay. Includes physical and full game digital from the Nintendo eShop and PlayStation, Steam, and Xbox platforms for publishers in the digital leader panel ranked on a dollar sale, excluded on add-on spending. So yeah, so these are games that were bought full in digital, and by looking at it, you don't see anything. You don't see anything at all about Baldur's Gate. And Baldur's Gate literally came out like, the PlayStation version, I believe, came out last month. So I'm looking at this, okay? Elden Ring is still ranked at 15 here, and full rank in 17. Armored Core 6, which came out last month, I believe. Yeah, last month, ranked in at number 20 on last month's ranks and 16. So, Jedi Survivor came out months ago. Mortal Kombat is brand new. Resident Evil 4 remake. So, where's this data coming from for Baldur's Gate? Where is it coming from? Because I'm not seeing anything on this list. And this chart is for all systems. So, what is going on here? I don't know. Why is everybody keep giving a fuck about Baldur's Gate 3? I don't know. But the proof is in the pudding right here. This is a list that, even scrolling up, 2023 year-to-date ending September 12, 20, physical and full game digital from Nintendo eShop, PlayStation, Steam, and Xbox platforms for publishers in the digital leader panel, ranked on a dollar sale. All right. So this is both physical, and even Starfield is number 7. So when people are sitting there like Baldur's Gate 3 is the game of the year, where the fuck is Baldur's Gate 3 here? Because I don't see it on this list. Baldur's Gate 3 cannot be game of the year now, because this whole list right here is literally showing us, and that's the reason I don't listen to what's being said on the internet. If I'm not playing something on the internet, chances are there's a reason, and chances are it probably looks like it sucks to me. And everybody that was making a big deal about Baldur's Gate, guess who the group of people was? Unfortunately, it was the D&D crowd. The D&D crowd loves pushing their bullshit down people's throat. That's why I don't play D&D. That's why you will never see me play D&D tabletop games or anything like that, because I just don't like the crowd of people that are behind it, because it gets extremely weird to the point where, and this right here is physical evidence and proof that those games are not doing well at this point in time. So don't listen to what everybody is saying on the internet, okay? So I wanted to read the Starfield thing, but I felt like that was more important to talk about here, because that to me is a big example of a problem where we're seeing companies really push their games, even lying now at this point to make it seem like the game is just selling well, when reality, the truth is, thinking about it, I haven't heard anything about Baldur's Gate 3 in like over a week now. Just stating that. I haven't heard anything about Baldur's Gate 3. I've heard more about Tears of the Kingdom because controversy comes up, and because I actually own the game, but I hear more about Tears of the Kingdom than I do any other game on that list. So, and right now, I hear about Mortal Kombat from time to time, and that's still slowly drifting off into like, okay, you released, good for you, we played with you, let's move on. That kind of stuff. It just, and I still hear stuff about Star Wars, and I still hear stuff about Elden Ring. I still hear stuff about those games that were talked about a lot when they first came out, and they're still doing kind of well. So, that's about it. I just thought I'd bring that up. It's a very interesting subject, to say the least, but when you look at it statistically, from this chart, I don't know where this chart came from. It has to be from like some magazine or something, or like some website. I don't know where this came from. Yeah, there's no real answer to where it came from, but it's obviously a real list of things, and I would like to know where it came from, though. That's one thing I would like to see. So, all right. everybody, I'm out of here for the day. Y'all take it easy, and I'll be back tomorrow with more gaming news. And I believe that's it for me for the week. And then I might produce a video before I produce videos before I go to work. Yeah, tomorrow will be my last day. I'll be producing videos on the weekend, putting stuff up for you guys, and see you guys on Monday. I'll see you guys tomorrow though, and then take it easy and have a good day and keep gaming.